Look at me, Sean.
You're sitting
I'm sitting like I'm
Indian
doing yoga.
style.
You do
style.
yoga. I don't.
I do yoga.
I tried. I'm not good at it. I don't know what makes you good at
I
yoga.
don't think there's being good or bad. I think it's do you experience it or not? If you don't experience it, then maybe.
I experience it. I try meditate too.
Yeah?
I'm good for a little bit, then I get distracted. So, you know.
That's
but
the whole point of meditation.
I know. But so here's an angle. Then we can tell people what we are. So
It's a weird angle.
I've read that meditating, it's anything that kind of gets your mind away from everything in life, everything that's, so for me, music, playing an instrument, some people meditate by dancing, but I think the real meditation, you just need to not think about anything, and I can't do that. I tried, I can't. My brain is like...
Right. I think, my experience is you focus on breathing.
Yeah, that kind of works.
And then you're feeling inward, not anything else outward. And if you're thinking about the breathing, then you're not thinking about other stuff.
I lost you at inward.
I know, exactly. So, I don't know. Yeah, outward is Royal Albert Hall behind you, kind of, and then...
there you go.
And then the memorial.
There you go.
Behind me.
Yeah, we thought about this.
We're in Hyde Park.
We are in Hyde Park, but
I'm
we're
not
not.
hiding.
We're not. We're not hiding.
We're not in hiding. No.
Very famous spot. I think a lot of things. Was it like? I mean, Hyde Park was like some series of homicide on a certain point. Well,
Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper was. Well, he was all around town,
Yeah,
but
he
Hyde Park was pretty
He
famous.
didn't care where he was.
He was just going for it, I guess. Well, you know, that's the thing about London. It's, and we kind of mentioned like maybe we do an episode, which it is at this point,
Certainly random.
is an unscripted and certainly
unscripted.
Random, with one focus, which is where we are, which is
Right.
London, and we love to come to London
We do.
together.
I do,
We've done
yeah.
it many years,
Yeah.
and we've come without each other,
Yeah.
and for different reasons.
Very different.
I know you're going to tell one soon.
I can tell one, yeah.
And then maybe I'll tell another one. But
All right.
yeah, I mean, the meditation is good, but I don't know. I like to leave things and experience things, and you know, travel is definitely one. We've done a few episodes already about traveling. Your story about going to Italy,
True. Yeah.
That was
a
fun.
Good, that was a good one.
and you're gonna do it again, but not yet.
Not quite yet.
We will.
Not,
we will
not
do
as-
an episode definitely
We will
from
do
Italy
one
because
from,
we'll be together for
we
the
will
first
be-
time.
Right, the first time in Florence.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
So
fun.
tell me your story about the halberd.
Oh, the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
So at oh boy, when was this? This was. It's got to be 20 years ago.
1950s.
20, maybe 25 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know. Could be longer.
be.
Could
Could
be
be.
longer yet.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, a couple decades or so
Yeah,
ago.
I think it was more than that. But yeah, whatever. Let's say 25 for
All right, 20.
for
something
good
like
measure.
We can look it up if you really are interested. You'll know that Eric Clapton reunited with Cream and played in that venue. And I flew over from LA with my significant other at the time, and she and I had an amazing time hearing Cream play in the Royal Albert Hall. Great rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
The vibe in there, I mean, it's kind of, it's very, little cylinder. So you're in a circle, and the stage is on one side, and
Well, it isn't like pretty much the place to have like a concert inside.
yes, it's
In
designed,
London?
It's designed for that, and yeah, very special place, and very special band, and very special moment, and this will put some timing on it. No cell phone. I did have.
God, we could talk about that.
I did have a, I don't know, it was probably 720p at the time. I had a little teeny camera, about not much bigger than this watch.
A digital camera?
Yeah,
Video?
video camera.
Wow.
Somewhere I have the video, little clips of it that I took. I hope I have them anyway.
Oh God, we could have an
It
episode
was a little
about that.
a little Sony camera about that big that I recorded some clips from. That I probably have them stored in a box somewhere.
Yeah,
Wherever you want to
right.
store it.
But you have the memory because you were actually present
I was present
in the
here.
moment, talking about being in the moment. It's not
Exactly.
meditation, but it's been there. And
Exactly.
I wonder about that a lot. And I had episodes talking about that. We have episodes talking about that, how we actually now watch a live experience through the lens of a phone. And I've done it. I'm guilty. I had to put the phone in my pocket while I was watching Metallica in a very personal, unique venue, and I realized I'm not experiencing the concert. I took the phone, put it in my pocket, and it's I have a better memory of it, and that's what we need to do more. That's why we go. Otherwise, just watch it on YouTube and call it a day and save a lot of money.
Save the money, save the travel.
So here I have a question for you. Whose decision was to do this thing? Was your decision to see the Creams and Eric Clapton?
It was easy to agree. I did not lead that.
You didn't lead
I
that.
didn't lead that effort. But I'm very glad that I was very interested and very glad that I did it. It was pretty special.
That's good, because I've been dragged, and not yet. In the future, I will be dragged.
That's right.
To come back in, not London. Well, I will be in London again, but it will be in Cardiff for the Oasis reunion, and that's thank you, my wife, and it's gonna be fun. I mean,
You gonna bring the phone out?
I don't know.
you can
The brothers are gonna get pissed.
Probably.
They're not used probably since the 90s with the phones and shit. They're probably gonna be turn that fucking phone
They're
off.
gonna cancel the concert.
I am actually hoping that we pay for the tickets and they stay together long enough to actually have the first concert in the UK.
Is it the kickoff? What is it?
I think it's the first and the second night. They did 2 nights there, and so it's gonna be pretty crazy. I think half of the UK is gonna be there, at least the one that can fit in the stadium in 2 nights. So, but again, an opportunity to be back in London and experience the city, and I think that's one of the things we were talking about, like what is fascinating about London. For me, growing in Italy was the farthest thing and the most, I don't know, I used to call it like the New York of Europe. I've always looked at the United States. That's probably why I ended up living there. And it was kind of like, New York is very unique for the United States itself. You live there now, so you may tell me if you feel the same. And London for me was, culture happened here, movements and music and movies and books and
theater.
stories. So for me, even watching Disney movie as a kid, it was like, Peter Pan that flies near the Big Bang and St. Paul Cathedral. It's an iconic city. And today we went through Portobello Road, and even thinking about that is in a million songs, Portobello Road.
It is, yeah. So, and I have another connection that was on Portobello Road, recording in a little studio there with a bunch of famous people, and they look out the window and it's snowing in summer.
What? Were you in Hollywood?
I was not. But evidently they were making the snow for the Notting Hill movie. That was taking place there.
Which saw a piece of it today.
I did see a piece of that, and but connection to music. I mean, there's a recording studio on Portobello Road, and lots of great music.
Which is also only a miles and a half away from Abbey Road Studio.
Abbey Road, exactly.
Where we don't need to say everything amazing that happened there. We went there last year.
We were there last year. That was good.
So I don't know. We can still take a walk and cross the crosswalk again.
Cross the crosswalk.
Yeah, that's an idea. But yeah.
Somebody told me they saw. I don't know. Was it you? That was it. Paul McCartney was walking.
Yeah, there is a video actually of Paul McCartney crossing, and he was kind of smiling and laughing because people didn't know that was Paul McCartney, so they were there taking pictures, and he's kind of, he's a cool dude like that. Like, you see it with Jimmy Fallon, always making jokes and fun stuff. So for me, it's all this culture. What is for you as an American, born in LA, now living in New York? What's about London for you?
Let's see.
You can say nothing. I don't like it. That's cool. The food.
I've been here. I mean, so many.
Rewind.
So many different. I have so many stories, but yeah, I think it. I don't relate it to New York. I'll just say that because New York is very condensed. London's much more spread out.
Condensed. There's a lot of. It's figure called Manhattan.
Manhattan, yeah.
Because
Manhattan
New York
is
is big.
to me. But anyway, yeah, the Brooklyn, Queens. and
You
whatnot,
talk
but
like a real New Yorker.
I know. There
Have you seen Woody Allen?
I've seen him. Yeah, I've killed a roach. No, but anyway, but yeah, I mean, we're here in this beautiful park. There's lots of bodies of water. There's a lot of history here. When we were walking through, I was like, I can imagine a knight in armor riding through on horseback, right? Through, like Monty Python.
Yeah, and I say in Monty Python because that just sounds like that. But
So that it conjures up that. I think. Funny enough that we're talking about music. I've not experienced much, except for that one, which was pretty special. I've not experienced a lot of local, in the pub
yep.
music here. Unlike Ireland, which is every pub somebody's carrying a whistle and a fiddle around with them, and out comes the music. So maybe that's an objective for this week.
It could be an objective. I mean, but
I don't have much time. But
actually, you
might
say
be
something that made me think because I've seen a lot of live music and yeah, never happened to me to see anybody in London or come on purpose except for what it's going to happen, which is not even in London, it's in Cardiff. But,
I mean, unlike New York, there was one week and it was just an extra special week. There were 6 nights I went out in a row to watch small bands and small venues, 100 people, 150 people, and different types of music every night of the week. And the music special, I know we're not necessarily talking about music, but I'd love to experience that here. I get that experience in Ireland when I'm there.
Like at a pub level, but
Yeah.
But if I think about music again, and I'm a big
In a
fan
venue,
of
yeah.
60s and 70s, I can think, I'm so jealous of the people that have seen, the Beatles or the Rolling
Right.
Stone playing in a small venue, or even Black Sabbath or Motorhead or anybody. I mean, I don't know. I think the best music comes from the UK anyway. No offense.
We were
but-
talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sex Pistols.
Yep.
Right.
And you may argue that, Ramones actually came a little, more the
That's
Sex Pistols were inspired, and you can bring back
Yeah.
the Ramones in New York there. But
Yeah.
we said we were not going to talk about music. But how can you not?
It
How
touches
can you not
everything.
talk about
Touches
music in London? But another thing you can talk about is literature. Again, I mentioned it. So many books and then movies, and I mean, they're all from. I mean, many of them they're here. And I was wondering actually with my dad. I was on the phone because he did like the movie Notting Hill, and I called him right where we were in front of the bookstore,
Right.
and I said, "How is the Florence?" According to many, not me, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And you got movies about Rome and stories about Rome and London and Paris and a lot of other different cities. And Florence doesn't get much of that.
No?
But we got artists, we
They're
got,
protected.
I don't know why, honestly. It's in a few songs and in very little movie. And I don't know why, so I don't know. Maybe I need to write a book about
Yeah, write a book and do a little research.
a
See-
little
see-
research.
see what you
I
see.
mean, there are many books about Florence from
Of
an
course,
historical perspective and art. There is even too many, in my opinion. But something, that happened, or a story for kids, or a Peter Pan, or Mary Poppins, or
There's a lot from Tuscany.
the authors. I don't know.
A lot
Maybe.
of movies in Tuscany. But
Maybe we need that, but well,
Yeah.
that's where we are now. We don't want to make this too long. There is a reason why we're here, but this is not why we're gonna. We're doing
that's a
this.
secret. If you want to know, you can look.
It's a secret. You're gonna have to find out. Probably the video before this and the video after. It's gonna be about that. But we are guilty. We're guilty of trying to do something that has nothing to do with cybersecurity and technology, and that's how we started Unscripted,
Random and unscripted.
Random and Unscripted.
This is about
and
as
we
random
say
as you can
every
get.
week,
Yeah.
we're gonna do one. Now I invite you to go on the website and see the last one we did. It's many months ago. We did like
last week,
and
6
then
months ago.
we get busy to other things. But you know what? I don't know, just a little chat like this. I hope people enjoy it. I always enjoy chatting with you in front of the camera or behind the camera or on the side of the camera. But I think could inspire people to go and look about the many things we talked about. Maybe one of the book, one of the movie, one of the concert that we mentioned. And if you like it, you know, we don't do that TikTok thing like, you know, click subscribe, but do subscribe and figure out what else we do.
There's a playlist you can follow.
We have a lot of podcasts. You have one about music.
I do.
And I have one about storytelling.
I have a few in the queue for the music I haven't produced yet. And
yeah, me too.
A few more in the queue to record. So.
I'm a little behind on that, but I have a lot of people that I've contacted me, and I think there's going to be some good stories coming up. So, but for now, subscribe to this. I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know. The next one is going to come from Florence. So I would subscribe if I were you. See, you wanted music.
Music, there we go.
There you go. Not live, on a bike.
See, in New York, music, the park is full of music.
Yeah?
Every little intersection of the path, there's a drummer.
I just think you haven't gone in the right place in London.
I don't know. Maybe somebody watching will give us some ideas of
let us know where we can find
where the music is in the park. Because there are many parks. Where
I'm
the
done with
music
meditating.
You're done with meditating?
I'm done with meditating, man.
All right.
My knees are telling me I need to stop meditating.
Well, I think back to the meditation, when you, at least for me, if you can get to that point where nothing else matters, and then when you come out,
see, I already thought about Metallica.
There you go. When you come out of it,
I'm already distracted.
When you come out of whatever that is for you, for me, I experienced things
more
in a very,
I'll give it a go.
More direct and profound way.
I'll give it a try. I'll do a Marco meditation.
Yeah.
All right. You guys stay tuned.
There you go.
Next time I
meditate.
Try meditate.
Until the next one. Not until the next one. No, but
I would say rock. Keep rocking.
You know, punk rock.
Punk rock too. Oh my God.
Never mind the Queen.
Never mind the bollocks.
There's that too. Am I just sitting here? You're standing now? Is that what it's all about? You're pointing at stuff? You brought your guitar. Are you going to play your guitar? Am I going to play your guitar?
I brought the guitar. Yeah, you can play it. I brought it to bring it in Italy.
I'm to play the guitar.
So yeah, it's
all
coming
mine are
in
back
Italy.
In the States.
Then you know what? You want to play it tomorrow? We come here. We bring the guitar.
There we go.
Okay.
I've been
you carry
practicing. I'll carry it. It's a little heavy, I think. But all right. Anyway.
All right.
Peace out, everybody. Enjoy.
Peace.